What's good, everybody? Yes, I have a new intro I'm super excited about. I have a whole new outlook. I'm trying to level up my game. Big ups to Iceberg Slim, who has so graciously assisted me in my whole branding. I'm trying to rebrand myself. I felt like it was a time for some change, help me level up a little bit. And I'm here. I am here and I am super excited. I hope that you all had a great week. And if you are new to the channel, welcome to the Sweet Life podcast, where I am all about empowering and trying to instill some of the things that I've learned to help with personal growth. Tonight, we have a very interesting topic tonight. Uh, can you balance marriage and boss chick status? Can you be a boss chick and be married? Also, I like to do a toast. So tonight, we're gonna go ahead and toast to the boss chicks. And we're before y'all thumbs down on the boss chicks, we're gonna first find out what exactly a boss chick is. We're gonna define it and discuss how it's kind of evolved. But tonight, let's toast to the boss chicks. Hmm. Let me know in the comments where you are watching from. Also, let me know what you think of my new intro and my new little look. Hey, cheese, cheese. Oh, y'all remember that E40 song, Smile. Or I can't remember what it's Flash. But yeah, welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in, come on in. Tonight again, we are going to talk about can you be a boss chick and still be married? I posed this question, and my good friend, my children's godmother, said, she started laughing. She said, "You mean in a healthy relationship?" We're going to get into all of that. Definitely, definitely, definitely. So, some of the things that first we need to discuss is why is it relevant? Why is it that we need to sit here and have this discussion about being a boss chick and being married? It's relevant. A lot of ladies now are educated. They own their own businesses. And, and most women want that dream of a family with the nice job and the nice car with the white picket fence. And for a lot of women, being a boss chick and being married aren't in the same sentence. So let's talk a little bit about boss chick. And I think we also need, before we officially define it, I think we also need to discuss some of the misconceptions that I believe are tagged with boss chick. Because how I define boss chick is probably not how some others define boss chick. But a lot of the misconceptions that because you're a boss chick, you're a man hater. Let's say it, that you're a feminist, that because you're a boss chick, you're independent and disobedient, and that you're arrogant and rambunctious. I want you to think and let's try and change the concept. So, what is a boss chick? I wanted to look that up because I didn't know how most people define boss chick. And so Yeah. We have here boss chick. I looked up on Urban Dictionary. This is a bit much. A real woman that has her money right and is ahead of the game. She knows how to hold her own and never lets anyone talk down on her. Wherever she goes, well respected. She's independent female. Ooh, we need some periods and commas in here. Anything she wants in life, she achieves. I was saying that's what a real boss chick is. So I said, okay, well, that's Urban Dictionary. What about, let's talk about Rashida from Atlanta Housewives. Now, she has a song called Boss Chick. How does she define being a boss chick? Hmm, Well, Rashida says that a woman is confident in her own abilities and asserts her authority in all aspects of life. She sets her own standards and stands out from the crowd. Taking control in all aspects of life, including career, home life, personal appearance, and living life on her terms. Okay, now that's a new one on me. The personal appearance. Because I guess necessarily didn't associate being a boss chick with your personal appearance. But I guess to some, it is. So, what about Sweetie? She has a song called Boss Chick. What does she have to say about what it is to be a boss chick? Let's see. Her song Boss Chick is an anthem for self empowerment and female dominance. Women owning their power and not settling for anything else less than what they deserve. Interesting. Okay. Again, everybody's different. So I said, okay, boss chick, let's break this up into two words, boss and chick. So I said, well, what does Webster have to say? Webster said a boss is a person who exercises control or authority. Okay. And if you want to be specific, one who directs or supervises workers. Okay, so that's a boss. But what about a chick? Now, of course, chick is not in the Webster dictionary, but it refers to being called a woman. Well, what's a woman? An adult female person. Simple as that. A boss chick to me is an adult female person who exercises control or authority. Interesting. So now the question is can you still be a boss chick? And for all intents purposes, let's just utilize the definition from the Webster Dictionary: adult female person who um is authoritative and is in control. Let's do that. Use that one. Can you be married? What are the societal expectations? Interesting. Um I I had a hard time with this because I myself, before I got married, would consider myself a boss chick. Hey, I want singing them songs independence. I, had a decent paying job. I had my own condo. was living it up in the Chicago area, had a decent car, and life was grand. And then my husband came into the picture, and a lot changed. I mean, a lot. um, so how we've already defined what a boss chick is. Let's talk about how do we balance that? How do we balance being a boss chick and being married? Cuz it's hard. I'm gonna just flat out tell y'all. It's difficult. It's not easy. And there's a few things that you need to learn in order to be in a healthy marriage and still be a boss chick. Because I wholeheartedly believe that you can definitely be a boss chick and be married. And later on, I'm going to explain to you why I think that you can still be a boss chick and still be married. But that means that there's sacrifices that you're going to have to make. Um, Society has defined women and boss chicks as as I explained earlier, men haters, feminist, disobedient. And I challenge you to redefine that, rethink being a boss chick. And if you are currently married and a boss chick, please feel free to come in the comments and discuss your experience, what it's been like for you to be a boss chick and be married, and some of the things that worked or is working for you and your marriage. Now, one of the things that I definitely believe needs to be a balance, and it's very, very hard. And when I say balance, meaning you have to be the boss chick outside of the home in order for you to be successful in with your business, be successful in corporate America. But then once you have done that, it's the end of the day. It's time for you to switch that off and be that wife, be that woman that your man, your spouse deserves, that your children, the motherly in you deserve. It's very hard to do. I know from experience. One of the things that you have to definitely do is you have to communicate. Open communication is key. When my husband and I first got married, I was so accustomed to doing my own thing. I was accustomed to coming and going when I wanted to. I felt like I didn't have to report to anybody, that I was paying my own bills. Why are we sharing a joint account? I mean, I said it all. And before we got married, we sat down and had this huge discussion about the importance to him as a man that we share an account, and that it was okay for me to have an account on the side for me to, splurge and do whatever I want, but we still wanted that joint account. It was important for him to know that I could be the woman that he could depend on, that I could provide for him in a way that was nurturing, that I would come home and cook. And again, it's about sacrifices. I agree. Yes, I can come home and cook, but know that on the weekends, I'm not cooking. I'm not. I'm just not. And he agreed. And so it's huge that you have an open line of communication to discuss what being a boss chick looks like for you and what your husband is expecting from you as a wife. Maybe your husband doesn't care if you don't cook, but you never know if you don't speak. Have that open line of communication. That's key. Key. It's also important that you maintain a strong partnership. And what I mean by that, life has its ups and its downs, as well as your marriage, your relationship. There are going to be ups and there's going to be downs. When I say strong, you need to have a foundation. I've said it many times before that my husband and I have this thing where we say divorce is not an option. And that's because we are going to work at it. We know that these storms are going to come through. We know that we're going to have rainbow days, that the storm is not going to last. But when it does, we're going to work at it. And I think that's part of the problem with some of these newer marriages, that nobody wants to put in the work to keep them, to maintain them, to make them strong. And so it's key that you have a strong relationship, that you put in the work to keep that foundation, to maintain that foundation. That's probably the hardest part. Creating and establishing the foundation is great, but maintaining it is even harder. Very hard. Um, it's also important that you set boundaries. This is huge. This is huge for me because when I say boundaries, I mean you have to be able to stop working and be present. When I first got married, I was coming home with my laptop, sitting on the couch, watching TV, and doing work. I wasn't paying attention to my husband because they want attention. They may not tell you, but they want attention from you. And I wasn't giving it. I had to learn, I had to set boundaries that when I leave work behind. I don't bring it into my house. And if I have to work on the weekends, okay. Hey, babe, I'm about to do a little work on Saturday. I'm going to be out of pocket for a little bit. Communication. But you have to set boundaries. You have to, and that's a problem I'm working on right now with my whole podcast, because I will come home if you let me and I will work on my podcast stuff all night long. My children will get neglected. They won't get fed. The homework won't get done. And my husband will be in the kitchen looking silly like, what we gonna eat? You have to set boundaries. And so it was important for me to be present with my family. And after work, I come home. We talk about how our day went. We have dinner, get the kids ready for bed. The kids get in the bed, and then I work on my podcast. Then I work on any work that still needs to be done. But you gotta set boundaries. You have to be present, especially if you want the marriage to work, especially if you want your family to be intact and have this healthy mental state. Boundaries are important. It's all about balance. And it may sound easy. I know it's not, but you got to work at it. Going back to work, you got to work at it. You can be a boss chick, be the boss chick, but know that when you come home, you got to turn that boss chick off. In the comments, let me know what are your thoughts? I mean, do you think you can be a boss chick and be married in a healthy marriage at that? Because I think you could be married, but can you be in a healthy marriage? Yes, absolutely. But you got to put in the work. Ladies, it's not easy being a woman. I will be the first to tell you that because society has so many expectations from us, and especially Black women. The expectations have just grown exponentially, I think, since the pandemic. And we're everywhere. We are like the face. And sometimes these expectations can be heavy. So that's why it's key to have balance. And also, we have to celebrate our successes. And I said our because we also have to celebrate his successes. And we celebrate my success. Setting the expectation that you are going to celebrate your successes will take your marriage a long way. For instance, my children, I have two girls, and they're 5 years apart. I'm talking to my oldest, and oh, you, she had made dinner one night, and I was like, oh, your rice is really good. And I said, I'm very proud of you. Good job. And my youngest said, well, what about me? You proud of me too? So, absolutely, I'm proud of you. So, I had to go back and tell her what I was proud of. It's very similar. We can celebrate us all day long, but our husband, our spouse, they want to be celebrated too. They want they want to know that you celebrate them just like you celebrate yourself. That will go a long way with them because that means that you are ambitious and excited about their goals. And y'all can be, if you want to call it a power couple, celebrating each other's successes. It's key that you do this. Celebrate the success because it's going to be a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But the benefits outweigh. Outweigh. And you don't have to celebrate in such a grandiose way. My husband and I, well, most of the time we got to celebrate with the kids. We celebrate simple things. You know what? Let's go out and get some slushies. Let's go out and get some cheesecake or a Cinnabon. Um, it's just the little things because life is hard. And we have to be able to appreciate each other We can show appreciation for each other with celebrating each other, celebrating the successes. I don't know, drop in the comments. Am I right? Am I wrong? Can you still be a boss chick? You tell me. All right, y'all. I thank you so much for joining tonight. I definitely will see y'all next week. Next week, we will have Free on again, and we're going to have a juicy topic. I can't wait to share with y'all what we are going to discuss next week. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. God bless.